Hi, I'm Meg. Welcome to Change Becomes You, the space where we explore the true power behind lasting change, your unconscious mind, the supercomputer within you, the part of you that creates healing, abundance, safety, clarity, and deeply meaningful relationships, often before your conscious mind even catches up. When I learned how to work with my unconscious mind instead of against it, everything changed. I moved from contract work as an organizer into building a multi-six-figure business from the ground up, guided not by force or hustle, but by alignment, intuition, and inner authority. Here's what I want you to know. You already have everything you need inside you. Nothing is missing. You don't need to become someone else. You need to understand how you're designed to operate. This podcast is your invitation to remember that. Let's begin. Hello, and welcome to Change Becomes You, the podcast. This month, what I'd like to talk about is something that many of you may be feeling right now, even if you haven't fully put words to it yet. The world feels uncertain. War, escalating, political tension, economic instability on the rise, constant news cycles that are designed to keep our nervous systems on alert. Even if you're physically safe where you live, your body still feels the energy of uncertainty. And that's important because the human nervous system is constantly scanning for one thing: safety. And when the world appears unpredictable, your nervous system begins asking, am I safe? And if that question doesn't feel clearly answered, the body starts to move into survival mode. And survival mode doesn't always look dramatic. For most women, for most individuals, it looks quiet. It looks subtle. Particularly for women, it becomes hidden in everyday behaviors. So I want to talk about some signs that your nervous system is in overwhelm. I'm going to describe a few and see if you recognize some of these in yourself. 1, sitting in your car for a few extra minutes. Right? You pull into your driveway or you arrive somewhere and you just pause for a moment. Not because you forgot something, not because something's wrong, but because it's the only quiet moment that you've had all day. And part of your nervous system is asking for just a few more seconds before stepping back into responsibility. 2, mindless scrolling. You're exhausted. You know you should go to sleep, but your brain won't slow down. So you scroll. Instagram, news, Facebook, email, TikTok. Not because you actually want to be there, but because your nervous system is trying to self-soothe. The problem is that most digital environments are not calming. They stimulate the brain even more. So the cycle just keeps continuing and looping. 3, irritation with noise and interruptions. Sounds feel louder than they used to. Interruptions feel more frustrating. Someone asks you a question and your nervous system reacts instantly. You feel on edge. And this is often because your nervous system has reached sensory overload. 4, saying you're fine when you're not. Someone asks how you're doing, and the answer comes automatically, default, I'm fine. But inside, you're not. You feel tired. You feel emotionally stretched. You feel like you're doing other people's emotional labor for them. You feel disconnected from yourself. 5, feeling overwhelmed by things that used to feel easier. Tasks that were once manageable now feel heavy. Simple decisions feel exhausting. Your brain feels full. 6, dreaming of getting away. You start fantasizing about a different life, living somewhere else, being alone, starting over. Not because you don't love your life, but because your nervous system is craving relief. And 7, thinking something is wrong with you. This is the one that really gets me the most. Women come to me believing that they are failing, that they should be stronger, more organized, more resilient. But the truth is, nothing is wrong with you. Your nervous system is responding to an overwhelming environment. And most women were simply never taught how to regulate it intentionally. And this matters more than ever right now. Women are incredibly powerful emotional regulators. Your children feel your nervous system, your partner feels it, your work environment feels it, your pets feel it. And when a woman becomes internally regulated, she becomes what I call the lighthouse, a steady presence, calm even when things around her are moving, clear when others feel confused. This is not about ignoring the world. This is about becoming internally anchored within it. Because when your nervous system stabilizes, something really extraordinary happens. Your intuition becomes stronger. Your thinking becomes clearer. Your energy becomes more focused. Your leadership expands. And I worked with a woman not too long ago who came to me saying something so similar to what many women feel right now. And she said, I feel like I'm constantly waiting for something bad to happen. Nothing catastrophic was actually happening in her daily life. That's important. But the anticipation of uncertainty had placed her nervous system in survival mode. So through our work together with the subconscious mind, her system began to recalibrate. And what changed wasn't just her stress levels. She began making clearer decisions, more in alignment with her values. Her relationships improved. Her leadership at work expanded. Because when your nervous system feels safe, your subconscious mind stops protecting you from imagined danger, anticipated danger, and starts supporting your real expansion. So what we need right now during uncertain times, many people focus on controlling external circumstances, but the most powerful place to focus is internal stability. And there are a few ways you can begin to do that right now. 1, regulate before reacting. When you feel overwhelmed, pause. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Let the exhale be slightly longer than the inhale. This signals the vagus nerve that the environment may be safe. When the vagus nerve is activated, our nervous system shifts into parasympathetic drive. When the nervous system begins to calm, your mind follows. 2, protect your nervous system from constant crisis. You do not need to consume every headline. Being informed is healthy. Being saturated with fear is not. Your nervous system cannot tell the difference between something happening across the world and something happening in your living room. So create boundaries around what you allow into your mind. 3, strengthen your inner connection. Inside every woman is an extraordinary intelligence. Your intuition, your subconscious mind, your internal guidance system. When women reconnect with that system, something profound happens. They stop feeling like life is happening to them, and they begin moving with life. That partnership between the nervous system and subconscious mind is exactly what I teach women in my work, because the subconscious mind governs your body. It governs your autonomic nervous system. Humanity has always gone through periods of instability. That's really the deeper truth here. But within those moments, something powerful happens. Individuals step into deeper leadership, deeper wisdom, deeper connection with themselves. That is the opportunity. And I truly believe women are being called into that right now, not through fear, but through remembering the intelligence that lives inside of them. So, as we're talking, if something in this conversation begins to land, if something begins to resonate with you, if you recognize yourself in those signs of overwhelm, I want you to understand that one, it's normal, two, you're not broken, three, it is something that can be reframed. I created the Foundations Library and it's in my store at megadamsonhypnotherapy.com. These are tools designed specifically to help women regulate their nervous systems and to reconnect with themselves. The very first experience is called the Lighthouse intentionally, and it's completely free. Because sometimes the first step is simply remembering that you can become steady again. After that, many women continue with return to safety, which helps recalibrate the nervous system when it's been living in survival mode. We are creatures of habit. Your brain is intelligent, but it's also lazy. It likes patterns. It likes to go back to what's familiar. So we have to change it over time. Once it recalibrates, then it stops living, bracing for impact, looking for all of the things to protect you from. And then there is the inner yes, which helps women reconnect with their intuition and internal authority. These are powerful places to start. And for women who are ready to go deeper, my one-to-one work focuses on identity level transformation. Because often the patterns returning and they're running your life. They keep coming back over and over and over again. They're on autopilot. They are unconscious. They are buried. And they are old. They are from your childhood. They are from things that happened when you had no resources to manage them. You were 4, you were 5, you were 7, and then they compounded again when you were a teenager. Then your brain really started to believe it was true and it needed to protect you from it. So you ascribed meaning. This must be me. I can't trust people. This is happening. World governance, politics, insert it, you name it. But now your nervous system has learned, I'm not safe. I need to prepare. And I don't have the resources I need. So it is a constant state of overwhelm. This started when you were younger, from someone teasing you, from being bullied, from being called names, from having parents that didn't have the resources or capability because they weren't given them. We hand this down ancestrally. Whatever the reason, if you feel like you're not managing this well and you need the outside circumstances to change, you can see how that is just exhaustion and burnout. We can't control that. We have to go inside, and we need to give ourselves resources to recalibrate our nervous systems to know that we have the capability, that we are able to create this deeper level partnership with the most incredible intelligence that is more intelligent than any AI that will ever be made. This is a very high moral being that will not let you operate outside of your values. It is going to protect you. It's its primary directive. And so it is always watching over you. It knows where you want to go. It knows the dreams that you have, but it also knows the fears that you carry from times when you got hurt. And if anything is happening in current day time, there is no clock in the subconscious mind. So anything that happens today that makes the nervous system feel unsafe is compounding those experiences from the past. So we have to teach your brain something else. Your language matters. The neural pathways need to be interrupted over time. In the one-to-one work, we blueprint exactly that. We find out, we let your subconscious mind show us. We initiate it to show us, and we follow its brilliance. It knows exactly where it's filed. It has the most extraordinary filing system of every memory, every experience you've ever had in your entire life. It knows where it is. It knows what we need to collapse and reframe. It knows the resources you have now, and we can collapse time to change what you made a truth. Because it's not a universal truth. It's a truth for you. And that is a truth that is an interpretation based on a circumstance. And that interpretation can be changed. because the patterns running your life are not conscious. Change does not occur at the level of logic and analyzation. It's not in the conscious mind. We can be logical all day long and agree on everything, but it won't change your nervous system response because change occurs at the subconscious level. This is the mechanism that you were always born with. It is your ally and always has been, but we never learned how to partner with it. We never learned how to speak its language. It doesn't speak justification, analyzation, critical thinking. It speaks in metaphors. It speaks in imagery. Think about your dreams. Think about when you wake up from that daydreamy place and it felt so real. Alpha waves, theta waves. It's in this beautiful, fluid space. And when we start to change what it knows to be true, which means healing all of those things that we created from the past that became personal. I got hurt. That must mean I'm not safe. Someone bullied me. That means I don't matter. I'm not popular. I'm not safe. I'm not okay. Now something happens in the world 100,000 miles away from you, and your nervous system is responding the same way it did to the bully in school when you were in 5th grade. It knows no difference in that association. It knows the feeling tone. It knows I'm not safe, and it will find the evidence to validate that. And now you are reacting to current circumstances from your past patterns running your life. They are not conscious. But we begin to change those patterns. We begin to bring resources to them, challenge the truth because they were true at the time. Why? Because you were 5. You didn't have what you needed. You weren't an adult. You couldn't just walk out and say, well, I'm done. I'll just go educate myself and I'll just go, move in, buy that house and life is grand. I'm just away from the bully. We didn't have that ability to think or respond. But we do now. So we don't have to carry those same beliefs. And the interesting thing is, session after session after session, with at this point, thousands of people that I have worked with, it is always the same. What you think it is consciously, it usually isn't. The conscious mind likes to justify the belief that you ascribed, but it's not the origin point. Most of the time you don't even know, or it goes back to something different than you expect. That's the beauty. That the beauty of getting into the subconscious terrain is allowing it to show you where it all began, what you made it mean. And from there, when you pull on that thread, this is deep level identity work. This is why I'm not a fan of people just programming something into someone else's mind. And then it makes a lot of people scared. Like, do I not have control? Do I not understand what's happening? Why does that work? It's none of those things. This is deep partnership between you and the intelligence that built you, that loves you unconditionally, that knows your deepest desires, that knows your path in this lifetime, and it wants you to walk that path. But sometimes, often, most of the time, how can we go from being 5 and hurt to being decades older and magically capable, taking risks, aligned, trusting our safety? There is a bridge between those two things. And that bridge work is understanding the subconscious and letting it guide us. That's the one-to-one work. It is incredibly powerful and transformative. Because whether you realize it or not, anything that's happening today, if it's triggering, it's not because of the circumstance that's happening today. It's because of the pain from the past. And in order to become more conscious, we have to really understand that we are living 95, science has proven, 95% of our day through those unconscious patterns and beliefs. We're just saying the same opinion. We're just having the same truth. We're just saying the same words and applying them to a new circumstance, but they're not. Those opinions, those feelings, those truths came from a long time ago. And they all need to be changed, especially when your dream, your mission here requires you to feel safe, requires you to feel capable and strong, requires you to know how incredible you are. Because you are. But if you don't know that, that's because you're still living from the pain of the past. So, the world circumstances are triggering everybody. And if this feels uncertain to you right now, one of the most powerful things you can do is strengthen your inner certainty, right? We're not by forcing yourself to be strong, not faking it till you make it. That doesn't work. That doesn't exist. That's all conscious, critical thinking. That's forcing the body somewhere. That does not work. But by reconnecting with the intelligence within you that already knows how. It's the only way. It's the only way. And then it feels subtle. It feels natural. All of a sudden, you stop behaving the way you were once behaving. All of a sudden, you stop being triggered by the same things that used to trigger you. Now you've got resources. Now you've got cooperation. And when you have cooperation from the subconscious mind, you have an identity shift. And life starts to feel and look very different. So, if you are new to my work, the place to begin is the Lighthouse Within. It's completely free. It's the smartest thing to do to start to give yourself some resources right now. Let yourself experience what it feels like to return to steadiness again. And then from there, everything begins to change. Because never forget, when a woman stabilizes internally, she doesn't just change her own life. She becomes the calm, grounded presence that the world needs now more than ever. And I really felt like that was a conversation that I wanted to bring forward. That was a dialogue I wanted to bring to you for your consideration, so that you start to feel like you've got support and you've got resources in your life. If I can help you with any of that, just reach out through the contact form on the website, megadamsonhypnotherapy.com. Be safe. Tune in. You are a lot more powerful than you think you are. And I'll see you next month. Bye for now.